Well, everybody is discussing about the supply and demand balance. And just a few years ago, we just had a lot of concerns about oversupply. Now everybody's discussing that we are maybe lacking oil. So we really have to understand a bit better what is the OPEC decision coming up, whether or not the markets will be balanced and that we get more oil into the market.
But this is so difficult for you because you're having to make big investment decisions, cutting costs over the last couple of years away, now looking at an M&A strategy, trying to work out what you're doing downstream as well as upstream as well. Do you think you're getting any clarity from the big picture guys, from the IEA, from OPEC, or do they really not know what's going on?
Well, the market worked also in the past. You know, we have seen volatility and cyclicality. From my point of view, the market will call more oil, then the producers will produce more oil. My major concern is that politicians more and more are impacting the balance of oil and gas supply. And this is especially the sanction policy, which is limiting us as investors to certain areas where we can go for low oil cost production.
That's really fascinating you say that, because Mr. Zanganeh was saying to me yesterday, how is it that the US is having sanctions on Venezuela, on Iran as well, and the latter affects you as well, because you were hoping to make a big expansion in Iran as well. So what's going on with that now?
Well, I think it's already a clear picture. Sanctions arrived already in the financial markets, although they are not formulated. So we really have limitations to go for any cash transactions. Therefore, we cannot finance any project in Iran. If you wish, you can go for a deal on paper, but you cannot inject money, and therefore you can't invest in Iran.
And without you obviously making a political statement, are you frustrated by this as well? I know there are other CEOs I've mentioned here also looking at Iran as well, and looking at Venezuela, looking at Russia as well, who are frustrated by their lack of ability to expand in these areas.
Well, it's not frustration. I think that politicians have to come up with a better framework. It's a reliable framework we have to request if we have to invest. And this is not a framework when a decision of lifting sanctions towards Iran is being cancelled a few years later. And the companies really were set up for long-term investments. And after a few years, you have to explain to your board that you have spent some money and that this is maybe a stranded investment.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.